All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be learning about how to find and write probability. Okay, now probability is usually expressed or written as a number between or from 0 to 1, with 0 meaning it's never going to happen, okay, and 1 meaning it's always going to happen. Okay, and then there's the in between. Now, probability is usually written as a fraction. One of the things that I like about IXL is at the beginning of some lessons, they have this learn with an example. And this does a really good job of explaining how to work with probability. So we're going to click on that. Okay, and they give you the scenario. If you flip a coin, what is the probability that it will land on tails? Well, if you flip a coin, it should land on either heads or tails. Okay, so in this case, there are two possibilities. One of them is what we call a favorable possibility. That's the one we're asking about, landing on tails. Tails would be favorable because that's what we're asking. So there's one tail, okay, and there's two possibilities. So as we look at this, the probability is the number of favorable outcomes out of the number of possible outcomes. There are two possible outcomes, either heads or tails, and there's one favorable outcome, tails. So in this case, the probability is 1 out of 2, and we would write that or express it as 1 over 2 in a fraction. Okay, so let's do a couple of practice problems. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling an even number? Well, they tell you the possibilities right here, six sides, okay? And if it's a die, you know that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the different sides. So how many of those numbers are even numbers? Well, 2, 4, and 6 are even. So we have 3 even numbers. So our favorable outcome of even numbers, there are 3 of them. Okay. And there are 6 total possibilities. So 3 favorable, 6 total. So we'd write it as the fraction 3 over 6. Okay. And that's how that works. Let's try a couple more problems. If you flip a coin, what is the probability that it will land on tails? Write your answer as a fraction or a whole number. Okay, well, again, we've kind of done this problem already. Uh, the favorable outcome, there's the coin most likely has only one tails side, right? Put our fraction bar, and there are two possibilities, heads or tails. So our probability is 1/2. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the possibility of rolling an even number? Sometimes IXL will repeat questions just to make sure you understand what you're talking about. Okay, we've already done this, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that question, and we're going to move on. Here's a good one. If you roll a six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 3? Okay, so our positive outcome, okay, or favorable outcome would be rolling a 3. There's only one 3 on a six-sided die. Okay, so, sorry, I almost made a mistake. There's one 3, right? And there are 6 possible outcomes. So we end up with 1/6. Okay, last problem we're going to practice. If you select a marble without looking, what is the probability that it will be pink? Okay, we have 4 favorable outcomes here, right? 4 favorable. So we put a 4 because there are 4 pink marbles. But we have a total of 7. If you add in the 3 blue with the 4 pink, we have a total of 7. So we put that 4/7 is our probability of drawing a pink die without look, or pink marble without looking. Okay, so that's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a question, please make sure you let me know. Other than that, that's how we deal with probability.